I don't think I've ever addressed why I talk about my health issues on an art channel. I mean, the name of the channel is Morgan's Magical Makings. Some of you may not care, or maybe haven't even noticed, that I'll post a hysterectomy video and then follow that up with a crochet vlog. But I imagine at least some of you are probably confused by the seemingly unrelated content, which I totally understand. And that's why I'm here today, to clear up any confusion. Hey y'all, it's Morgan, and it's hard to believe, but I've had this channel for a little over 2 years now. This channel was birthed during the darkest part of my life, when my world was flipped upside down by chronic illness and pain. Prior to getting sick, I got a degree in biology with a minor in biotech, and I worked as a research assistant for a year. And then shortly after that, I got married, and then less than a year later, I found myself getting very sick. I lost the ability to do a lot of things, and I had very little energy, but I decided that with the energy that I could spare, that I wanted to be creative. And it may not have happened that often, but it made me happy. About 2 years after getting sick, I created this channel with the intention of it being for creative projects. But then I quickly realized that if I was only doing creative projects, there would be like 2 videos a year. Like, I just wasn't making projects enough, even though that's what I wanted to focus on. It also felt just kind of dishonest to make videos as though I wasn't sick and in pain, to like make art videos and make them about art, but just not mention the sickness, because it literally affected every single aspect of my life. So like, how was I not supposed to talk about it? Plus, I felt like sharing what was going on with my health would actually help people, whereas the art videos and creative stuff would probably get lost in the giant world of art YouTube. And while I do love making like art videos, I do find more purpose in sharing my health stuff. Anyways, that's when I decided to expand what the channel meant for me. It became more about just sharing my experience as a chronically ill, creative, artsy person who doesn't get to do all the projects they want because they got health issues that kind of slow them down. And I also share about those health issues, and yeah, that's just kind of what it is. If you watch my art videos, you'll see how much my health impacts me making art. And if you watch my chronic illness videos and my pain videos, you'll see how much those things affect my life. And I just think there's a lot of chronically ill and disabled people out there that can relate to what I'm going through. Some of you may wonder why I don't just make 2 separate channels, one for art and one for my health issues. And that's a very valid point. And I've thought about that, when I started this and ongoing, should I separate it? The channels might grow faster because the algorithm understands them better, they're not as confusing or something like that. But it just didn't make sense for me, personally. I can barely keep up with one channel. It's just me running the show from the start of a video to the end. Every step of the process is just me. Some of these videos take me a really long time, and to spread that across 2 channels just feels like way too much pressure and demand. Also, I want to show up as a whole person and not a niche. I am not just the art I make and the projects I do, and I'm not just the pain and the sickness and other things. Like, I'm a whole human being, and I don't want to just like pick one piece of myself and then that's me on the internet. Like, I just want to show up here as a whole person. Something that my health issues has taught me is that I do not have the energy to try to keep up with YouTube or social media, because they're always changing and evolving. And trying to keep up with the right way to do it was mentally distressing for me, to try to keep up with posting at the same intervals and to do all these things to make it this much better. And it was just, there's so many opinions on it, and there's so many right or wrong ways to do it, and the right way is always changing, and it's just like, I do not have the time or energy for that. Like, no. Like, my pain and symptoms like are almost directly correlated to stress. So like, if I start getting stressed out about this channel, then I start being in more pain. I'm gonna be more nauseous. I'm just gonna have more symptoms, and it's not worth it. I decided to make my videos my own way, in my own time, and I decided that I'm not here to grow fast. or be popular or be the next YouTube star or anything like that. This is just my corner of the internet that I carved out for myself and the people that are meant to find my content. And if you really think about it, these topics on my channel are more related than they might initially seem. My health issues are what brought me back to my creativity that I had lost in adulthood because of life being a lot. And then when I got sick, it whittled away all of the unnecessary expectations and things that I thought I wanted for myself. And I was like, I just want to be creative. Without the sickness and pain, who knows what I would be doing right now? You know, maybe I'd be another research assistant, just slaving away doing work that anybody else could do for a company that doesn't care about me. And who knows ultimately what that research is going to be used for. You know, I would have probably preferred to, you know, not gotten so sick and have my life flipped upside down and all of that stuff. But, you know, like, that's not the cards that I was dealt. And I have to do the best with what I've got, and that's what I'm doing now. About 3 years ago, in the midst of getting sick, I got a tattoo to help guide me. It's a woodpecker feather, a raven feather, and a dream catcher. And it's a reminder to myself to follow the path of self-discovery and then to be myself and shine brightly so that others can find the courage to be themselves and to always dream. I think in this world that we live in, we're not encouraged to actually find ourselves. You know, there's so many external expectations from societies or families or whatever, and you know, the question is, do we really want what we think we want? Do we want these things? Like, what do I actually like? What do I want? And what do I see myself doing with that in the future? What do I dream to do? Like, the first step to anything happening is to dream of it. Like, nothing happens without being dreamed of first and thought of. It doesn't just become materialized in reality from nothing. This channel is an extension of what this tattoo means to me. So here I am, just being myself and putting it out on the internet. When I make these videos, it feels like I'm talking to a friend. And I hope that's what it feels like when you watch these videos. Like you're just hanging out with a friend, chilling, catching up. You know, you can think of me as your chronically ill YouTube bestie. You know, sometimes I might show you my latest project and other times I might give you a health update. But either way, I'm just here as a whole person. I'm not like an authority figure. I'm not above anybody. I'm just existing, you know? Anyways, I hope that cleared up any confusion you might have had. And if you want to get to know me better, be sure to check out the other videos, even if they're not what you usually are here for. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I hope to see you again soon in the next video.